Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to make this teardrop shaped camper. We are going to walk through all the pieces and components of how to create it and look at tips and tricks to create the best structure for this teardrop shaped camper. I hope you enjoy. Today we're going to assemble the camper. So I've already put the pieces on the side and the top of the camper. So we're going to set those off to the side for now. And I've already assembled most of the side pieces for the trailer, as well as the wheels and the other pieces for the sides of the camper. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the base. Now you do not have to use separate pieces on the side. That's what these stabilizers are for. You could just assemble without these two pieces. You could assemble directly to these. However, I'm going to show you an easy way to assemble that's so much easier on you, and it creates a little bit more stability. So what we're going to do today is we're going to assemble with these tabs on the outside, and it will make your life so much easier. So let me just make sure that these are all set, and then we'll put the stabilizers in later. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to set the bottom. So the way that this goes is these two go here. This is the back, so this goes towards the tail end. This goes towards the front. So you want to put these on here first, and then this piece goes on like that. So we're going to start here first. now that we have all of these stabilizers done, we want to put them in here. Now you don't necessarily need to have these stabilizers, but I added them just in case you want to use them. I would recommend using 80 to 100 pound paper for the outside construction. I'm using 65 pound paper, so I'm using these stabilizers just in case. This is a little too thin. So basically you just want to put them wherever you feel like. I'm going to put one here, one here, one here, and one here. So careful. Luckily, nobody sees these, so it's okay if they look look strange. Try to make them a little bit more hexagonal. Gives you the most stability. Oops. Watch what you're doing. This will also help make it easier to put the outside on. Because you have something to press against. Okay, last one. Now, bring this up. Oops. I just want to make sure that this is a 90-degree angle. So what we'll do is we'll keep it up and we'll just do these one at a time. I think I'm going to do this one first because it's on the inside. Okay, so now we want to, again, make sure that this is straight. Press it down. And now that we have that one placed, these should be fairly easy to do. Now you can't see the angle of this, but just putting more glue on, ensuring that it's straight, and pressing down. See? Final one. Ooh, be careful. not perfect. Didn't quite get it all, you know. But look how much more stable that is. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to build the outside. You can start on either side and you're going to curve it around, and then these are going to go on the outside, and it just makes it so much easier than trying to put these on the inside. So you want to bend these down. I usually do 2 at once. Don't want to do too many. If your glue gun works. Okay. And press. I go back and forth. I do 2 on one, 2 on the other. Here we go. The front side is complete. You want to bend this tab just a little. You don't want to bend it too much, but just kind of help with that curve. Now we have this side. And the same process. Again, if you want to put a slight curve in that just to make it easier on yourself, go ahead. Not staying. Go. Looks like I was a little impatient with my glue gun this morning. Gotta wait for it to heat up for it to work. Okay. Okay, last tab on this ends. Okay. Now we are ready for the top. So again, you just want to make sure that you're assembling in the correct manner. It doesn't really matter which way you go. I'm actually going to start from the front, just in case there's a little extra. And make sure that it's placed correctly. You need to readjust. Be careful. I did not place that correctly. So, best option, try again. There we go. Got it the second time. And now we just work our way back. This one I'm only going to do one tab at a time because of how big the tabs are. And if you happen to get one of your stabilizers crooked and it bows out, you may need to fix it. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now I did make these stabilizers slightly smaller than this, so that there's room for both the glue and the cardstock. So try not to put the stabilizers in the wrong spot. And then continue on onto building the camper. stabilizers do make a nice way of holding the inside as well. So if you want to hold on to them while you're putting these down, that works too. Try and put a little bend in this. I forgot to do that beforehand. Make it curve a little. It's easier as you get closer to the end. Final one. So this goes together quite nicely. So you want to glue the end and just hold it as it closes. And once you have that seal, flip it over. That will just help seal that. Now we can do the final tabs. And there is our camper. Again, we have, this is just the outside. Look at that. I mean, how cute is that? Okay, now we put on the sides and these pieces. So these pieces cover up your edges. So I when I made this, just as an FYI, with small pieces like this, I recommend using this type of glue pen with this detail end and a pick-me-up. These are so great. They make things go much quicker. And then as this was drying, because this is a liquid glue, I shaped it so that it would fit a little bit better over here. So just a little prep work, but not much. And now we're going to glue this on. place that. And then place this one. Once those are done, now we place the sides. And see how nicely that covers up. So I'm going to try and work quickly because I want to get this on before, well, quicker than what I'm doing here. And again, because we have those stabilizers in there, it actually works really well. There we go. So the camper is done. So we're going to set it aside and we're going to assemble the trailer. So we got a couple things going. So I pre-assembled the front wheel, which is 3 layers of cardstock. And again, I used, this was 65 pound. This is 80 to 100 pound to make it sturdier. I also printed out 2, and I'm going to glue those together for more sturdier thing. Did the same for this. So there's 3 layers of cardstock, and then 1 layer here, 1 layer here, plus wheels. So the beauty of that being that when you put this in here, it takes a little bit to put in, and then it stays. The way that I measured is that your wheel is lower, right? It's not centered, but lower. So I did over-engineer these wheels a little bit. So we're not going to follow the video exactly. When we're not going to put the wheels on the trailer. We're just going to attach the trailer to the camper and then attach the wheels on afterwards. It's a simpler process, but what you can see in this part of the video is that the same mechanism, the little circle, is what you will use to glue the bottom of the wheel to the bottom of the trailer. And that way it'll create a little bit more stability than just gluing the wheel onto the side of the trailer. That will be done after you place the trailer on the camper, and it doesn't have to be done right now. So again, we want to measure, like just see, is your trailer is going to go right here. It's the same base, but you can actually put it a little forward if you want to. And then where do we want that wheel to be? So we want that wheel to be right here. We want that trailer to be right here. So just kind of, place to your heart's content. do have a stabilizer. I made a stabilizer for the middle of the trailer because, as you can see, there's 3 points and there really isn't a lot of stability. So we're going to do that relatively quickly. Same process as the stabilizers as before. You just fold together. Put some glue on that tab. Press down. Make sure it doesn't stick. And you have your stabilizer. So you have the ones that go out. In this case, these go in. And you have a topper for it. And so then that will be your stabilizer. So I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on here and put that top on. Turn this over, right? So make sure it's the bottom side, whichever way that looks for you. Okay, so this is my bottom side. And then we're just going to place this in the middle, like that. And if you want to put something under here to press, you can. I'm just going to use my hands, but we're going to put it like there. So now, when you put this together, okay, so now that we have, so as you're creating this, when you're setting these, make sure that you set them on the trailer so that you have enough space for the legs. And then you just want to figure out where you want that placement to be. Ooh. Make sure you have the right way. Sorry, guys. You know, where do you want that placement to be? And then you just put some glue on. I did not just, I did not actually need this second one. If you want to use the second one, I would put them both together first before you add it, but this is stable enough that it's going to be fine. Again, I recommend not putting the wheels on the trailer when you're trying to do this section. I would just put the trailer bottom on, and then I would add the wheels on the side with the circle stabilizer on the bottom. This shows the end product with the wheels on it. However, I would recommend putting it in a different order when you put the camper together. It's just a much easier process to put the wheels on last. And then you press down. Okay. And there, oh, I wish you could see this. There is your camper. So, I don't know if you can see the way that it looks, but we got it. And now you have a fully functional camper, which is wonderful. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial.
Thank you for stopping by and watching my video. If you want to find this and other products, please check out my Etsy store in the description below. I also included some links to my favorite crafting and planning supplies, if interested. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when I upload my next video. I would also love to see your finished products, so please post them in the comments. See you next time.